The sun-baked grasslands of Africa are a battlefield that never sleeps. First, a massive male lion charges a clan of hyenas, tearing into a fresh kill. The hyena leader lunges, jaws snapping like steel traps, but the lion's paw slams down with bone-crushing force. One hyena flies 10 feet, yet 3 more pile on, ripping at the lion's belly. The king roars, shakes them off like rag dolls, and sinks his fangs into the leader's throat. Blood gushes. The clan scatters. Moment 1. Lion supremacy in under 30 seconds. Moment 2 turns even nastier. A leopard stalks a rival male who stole his territory. They meet on a rocky outcrop. Claws flash. The leopard rakes the intruder's face, slicing one eye shut. The rival counters, biting deep into the leopard's shoulder. They tumble down the cliff in a screaming ball of fur and fury until only one limps away, half his ear missing. Moment 3. 2 cheetahs brothers turned enemies sprint at full speed toward the same gazelle. Mid-chase, they slam into each other at 70 miles per hour. Teeth and claws fly in a blur. One cheetah's leg snaps with a sickening crack. The winner claims the kill while his brother drags himself into the grass, never to hunt again. Moment 4 is pure chaos. A buffalo herd turns on a lioness pride. One lioness leaps onto a bull's back, but the buffalo spins and hooks her with razor horns. She screams as the herd stomps. Her sisters charge in, tearing throats open. Dust, blood, and death everywhere. The savanna's message is clear: never turn your back. Thick green jungle hides killers that strike without warning. Moment 5. A Bengal tiger ambushes a sloth bear raiding the same beehive. The bear rises on hind legs, swinging massive claws. The tiger dodges, then clamps onto the bear's neck. They roll through vines, the bear roaring so loud birds explode from trees. Finally, the tiger's jaws find the windpipe. The bear collapses in silence. Moment 6. 2 leopards fight over a fresh deer carcass. In the trees, they leap branch to branch like acrobats with knives. One slips, the other pounces, ripping its rival's throat midair. The loser crashes 30 feet to the ground. Moments 7 and 8 happen in the same misty valley. A pack of wild dogs corners a lone tiger cub. The mother tiger explodes from the bushes, scattering dogs like bowling pins. But the alpha dog circles back and latches onto her hind leg. She spins, crushing the dog's skull in one bite. The rest flee, leaving their leader in pieces. Moment 9. A king cobra faces a reticulated python over a waterhole. The cobra strikes first, venom fangs sinking deep. The python coils around the snake's body, squeezing until ribs crack. The cobra keeps pumping venom. In the end, both lie dead, locked together in a deadly embrace. Nature's ultimate tie. Now we head to the frozen forests and open plains of North America. Moment 10. A 900-pound grizzly bear surprises a wolf pack feasting on an elk. The wolves attack from every side, snapping at the bear's legs and face. The grizzly swipes once 2 wolves fly into trees with broken spines. The alpha wolf leaps for the throat. The bear catches him midair and slams him into the ground so hard the skull splits. The pack vanishes into the snow. Moment 11. A mountain lion stalks a rival cougar in the Rockies. They meet on a narrow ledge. One wrong move means a 1,000-foot drop. Claws rake faces. Blood sprays the rock. The younger cat slips, the older one drives him off the edge with a final roar. Moment 12. A black bear raids a wolf den. The mother wolf fights like a demon, biting the bear's nose and eyes. Her mate joins, tearing the bear's flank. The bear finally pins the mother and ends the fight with one crushing bite. The pups watch from the dark. Moment 13 is legendary. 2 massive male moose lock antlers during rut. They push, twist, and slam until one antler snaps off with a crack like gunfire. The loser staggers, bleeding, from the head. The winner stands tall, king of the valley, for one more season. Water hides the most terrifying battles of all. Moment 14. A Nile crocodile ambushes a hippo calf at the river's edge. The mother hippo charges like a freight train. Her massive jaws clamp the croc's tail and shake it like a toy. The crocodile spins, rolling the hippo underwater until both disappear in a cloud of mud and blood. Moment 15. A great white shark circles a pack of orcas. One orca rams the shark's side at 30 miles per hour. The shark bites back, tearing a chunk from the orca's fin. The pod surrounds it, ramming again and again until the shark's body goes limp and sinks. Moment 16. Two giant anacondas wrestle over territory in the Amazon swamp. They twist around each other underwater, squeezing until one's ribs crack and lungs collapse. The winner slowly swallows its rival whole, the ultimate insult. Moment 17. A saltwater crocodile drags a tiger into the river after the cat tried to steal a kill. The tiger claws the croc's eyes, but the death roll begins. Water turns red. The tiger never surfaces again. The last two moments prove no border is safe. Moment 18. A polar bear swims into Arctic waters and meets a massive bull walrus on an ice floe. The walrus charges with 2-foot tusks. The bear dodges and lands a crushing paw swipe that shatters the walrus's skull. But the walrus's tusk rips open the bear's belly before it dies. Both giants fall a draw written in blood. Moment 19, the most savage of all. A lion pride in Kenya faces an invading tiger that escaped a nearby reserve. The cats circle, roar, then explode in a tornado of claws and teeth. The tiger kills 2 lionesses in seconds, but the pride's numbers overwhelm it. The final bite comes from the oldest lioness straight to the throat. The tiger's eyes dim as the sun sets on the savannah. These 19 moments prove one brutal truth. In the wild, respect is earned with blood. No second chances, no mercy. Only the strongest, fastest, and meanest survive. Which fight shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments below, smash that like button if your heart is still racing, and subscribe so you never miss the next savage story from the animal kingdom. Nature doesn't do fair fights, and that's exactly why we can't look away. See you in the wild, but wait, we saved the absolute worst for last. These final moments don't just break bones, they shatter everything we think we know about the food chain. Moment 18 takes us to the frozen edge of the world. A massive 1,500-pound polar bear, the largest land carnivore alive, spots a bull walrus hauled out on thin sea ice. The walrus is no easy target, nearly 2 tons of muscle armed with foot-long tusks that can punch straight through a boat. The bear charges across the ice. The walrus roars and lunges, swinging its head like a battle axe. One tusk slices the bear's shoulder wide open, spraying bright red blood across the white ice. The polar bear dodges and slams a paw the size of a dinner plate into the walrus's skull. Crack! The sound echoes like thunder. The walrus collapses, but in its final seconds it drives both tusks deep into the bear's belly. Both titans crash down together, the polar bear roaring in agony, the walrus gasping its last breath. A fight so brutal that neither truly wins. Just 2 legends bleeding out under the Arctic sun. Moment 19 is the stuff of nightmares, a clash that should never happen in nature. In the grasslands of Kenya, an escaped Bengal tiger from a private reserve wanders into the territory of a proud lion pride. The lions spot the intruder immediately. The big male lion steps forward first, mane blowing in the wind, roaring a challenge that shakes the ground. The tiger answers with a deeper guttural growl. Then all hell breaks loose. The tiger explodes forward like a striped missile. In seconds, he kills 2 young lionesses with single bites to the neck. Blood flies everywhere. The rest of the pride swarms him, claws raking his face, teeth sinking into his flanks and hind legs. The tiger spins like a whirlwind, throwing lions left and right, but the numbers are too great. The old lead lioness, scarred from 100 battles, waits for her moment. She leaps onto the tiger's back and locks her jaws around his throat. The tiger thrashes wildly, but she refuses to let go. Slowly, the mighty tiger's struggles grow weaker. His golden eyes glaze over as the sun sets on the African savanna. The lions stand victorious, but not without heavy cost. Their pride will never be the same. These 19 savage predator battles teach us one raw, unforgettable truth. In the wild, there are no rules, no referees, and no mercy. Every fight is life or death. Every second counts. Speed, power, surprise, and pure savage instinct decide who eats and who becomes food. From the dusty plains of Africa, where lions and hyenas rewrite the rules, to the steamy jungles of Asia, where tigers and bears turn the forest into a war zone. From the frozen American wilds, where grizzlies crush wolves, to the dark rivers and oceans, where crocodiles and sharks drag their victims into underwater graves, nature keeps showing us the same brutal lesson. The strongest don't always win. The smartest don't always survive. Sometimes it's just whoever refuses to quit first. So tell me in the comments right now, which of these 19 moments shocked you the most? Was it the polar bear versus walrus on bloody ice? The tiger versus entire lion pride? Or maybe that insane anaconda swallowing its rival alive? Drop your number below and let's see which fight blew up the most minds. If your heart is still pounding from these savage stories, smash that like button hard. It really helps the channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss the next heart-stopping wildlife battle we bring you. Because the wild never sleeps, and neither do we. See you in the next deadly showdown. Stay savage. After watching these 19 most brutal fighting moments between savage predators, one thing becomes crystal clear. The wild doesn't play games. Every single clash we just witnessed, from lions crushing hyenas on the African savanna, to tigers battling bears in misty Asian jungles, grizzlies smashing wolves in snowy forests, crocodiles death-rolling hippos in muddy rivers, and even that impossible polar bear versus walrus showdown on cracking ice, all of them carry the same raw message. There are no friends in the animal kingdom when hunger, territory, or survival is on the line. One moment a predator is king, the next it's fighting for its life. A single mistake, one slip on wet rock, 1 second too slow, and it's over. That's why these battles are so shocking. They show us nature at its most honest and most terrifying. What surprises most people is how smart these animals are during the fight. The lion doesn't just bite randomly, it goes for the throat or the spine. The tiger uses its powerful forelegs to pin and slash while protecting its own neck. Even the hyenas work as a team, attacking from behind because they know a lone attack against a lion is suicide. Every move has a purpose. Every roar is a warning or a challenge. These aren't mindless monsters, they are highly evolved killing machines that have perfected the art of war over millions of years. But here's the part that hits hardest. Sometimes both fighters lose, like the king cobra and python locked together in death, or the polar bear and walrus bleeding out side by side on the ice. In the wild, there are no trophies, no medals, no winner's podium. Just survivors and those who didn't make it. These 19 moments also remind us how fragile life really is. That powerful lion that scattered a hyena clan in seconds can be brought down by a few well-placed horns from an angry buffalo. That lightning-fast cheetah that hunts at 70 miles per hour can have its legs shattered in one and never run again. Strength, speed, and size matter, but luck, timing, and pure willpower can change everything in a heartbeat. So next time you see a calm wildlife documentary showing beautiful animals grazing peacefully, remember what's really happening just out of frame. The savanna, the jungle, the river, and the ocean are all giant battlegrounds where every day is a fight for tomorrow. If these savage stories fired you up, tell us right now in the comments. Which moment was the most brutal for you? Was it the tiger versus the entire lion pride? The grizzly bear crushing wolves like toys? The anaconda swallowing its rival alive? Or the final death roll between the crocodile and the tiger? Drop your favorite number below and let's see which fight everyone agrees was the absolute craziest. And if your adrenaline is still pumping, hit that like button, it helps more people discover these wild stories. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep into the most intense, jaw-dropping moments from the animal kingdom. Because the truth is simple, nature is beautiful, but it is also brutally savage. And that's exactly why we can't stop watching. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay respectful of the wild, and I'll see you in the next video where the fights get even more insane. After seeing all 19 of these jaw-dropping, bone-crushing battles between savage predators, you might think every fight ends in total destruction. But here's the surprising truth that makes nature even more incredible. Some animals refuse to stay down. Take the lioness from moment 4, the one that got hooked by a buffalo's horns and stomped by the herd. Many people would assume she died right there in the dust. Yet videos from the same pride weeks later show her back on her feet, scarred but still hunting with her sisters. Her wounds healed, her spirit unbroken. She turned a near-death experience into a badge of honor that actually made the pride stronger. Or remember the cheetah brothers in moment 3? The one whose legs snapped during that high-speed collision. Most predators with a broken leg starve within days. But this tough survivor was spotted months later limping across the plains, not chasing gazelles anymore, but cleverly stealing small kills from hyenas and even scavenging alongside vultures. He adapted. He found a new way to survive in a world that shows no mercy. In the Asian jungle, the leopard that lost an eye and half its ear in that cliffside brawl, Moment 2, didn't disappear. Camera traps later caught him still ruling his territory, moving more carefully but striking just as deadly. Losing half his vision only made him smarter and more patient. His rivals learned to fear the one-eyed ghost of the rocks. Even in the water, survivors emerge from hell. The hippo mother from Moment 14, who fought a Nile crocodile to save her calf, was seen later with deep scars across her back. Those battle marks actually protect her other crocodiles now. Think twice before attacking a hippo that clearly knows how to win a death roll. These hidden stories behind the 19 brutal fights prove something powerful. The wild doesn't just reward the strongest. It rewards the toughest, the smartest, and the ones who simply refuse to quit. A missing eye, a scarred face, a limp, or a torn ear doesn't end the fight. It often writes the next chapter. That's what makes these predator battles so addictive to watch. We see the raw violence, the blood, the roars that shake the ground, but we also catch a glimpse of incredible resilience. Animals that should be dead keep breathing. Predators that lose everything find a new way to rule. So as we wrap up this countdown of the 19 most brutal fighting moments between savage predators, remember this: nature is savage, yes, but it's also full of warriors who turn pain into power. Now it's your turn. Tell us in the comments which survivor story surprised you: the one-eyed leopard still owning his jungle, the broken-legged cheetah finding a new path, or the scarred lioness leading her pride again. Drop your thoughts below and let's talk about the fighters who refuse to die. If these 19 insane battles and their hidden survivor tales got your blood pumping, smash that like button right now. It really helps us bring you more epic wildlife stories. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss the next countdown, the next shocking fight, or the next unbelievable comeback from the animal kingdom. Because in the wild, the fight never really ends. There's always another dawn, another hunt, another chance to prove who's the most savage. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. You're part of the pack now. Stay wild, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video where the battles get even bigger, the stakes get even higher, and the survivors become legends. We've journeyed through blood-soaked savannas, misty jungles, frozen wilds, tea waters. We've watched 19 of the most brutal fighting moments between savage predators: lions tearing into hyenas, tigers clashing with bears, grizzlies crushing wolves, crocodiles death-rolling everything in sight, and even that impossible polar bear versus walrus showdown on cracking ice. We've seen winners rise and losers fall. We've witnessed survivors turn scars into strength. But as the dust settles and the last roar fades into the night, one big question remains. Why do these savage battles keep happening? And why will they never, ever stop? The answer is as simple as it is brutal: survival. Every predator on Earth is locked in an endless war for three things: food, territory, and the right to pass on its genes. A lion doesn't fight a hyena because it hates hyenas. It fights because that kill means meat for its cubs. A tiger doesn't ambush a bear for fun. It does it because the jungle isn't big enough for two kings. A crocodile doesn't drag a tiger into the river. Of anger, it does it because hunger never sleeps. Nature doesn't care about fair play. It doesn't hand out participation trophies. In the wild, if you're not strong enough, fast enough, or smart enough today, you simply don't get a tomorrow. That's why these fights are so raw, so shocking, and so impossible to look away from. They strip away all the noise and show us life at its most honest. Kill or be killed, eat or be eaten, win or disappear forever. And here's the part that blows most people's minds: these 19 moments aren't rare exceptions. They happen every single day, all over the planet. We only see them because brave filmmakers, rangers, and camera traps caught them on video. Behind every calm documentary scene of peaceful animals, a brutal battle is probably unfolding just out of frame. Climate change, shrinking habitats, and human expansion are actually making these fights even more intense. Animals are being forced into smaller spaces, so meetings between rivals happen more often and with higher stakes. When a tiger has nowhere left to run, it fights harder. When a lion pride loses its hunting grounds, it attacks anything that moves. The savanna, The jungle and the rivers are becoming pressure cookers, and the explosions are getting louder. Yet even in this never-ending war, there's something beautiful hiding in the brutality. These savage predators remind us of the incredible power, intelligence, and resilience that life has developed over millions of years. Every claw, every fang, every lightning-fast reflex is the result of an ancient arms race that shaped the world we live in today. So the next time you watch a lion roar on your screen, remember, that roar isn't just noise, it's a declaration. It says, I am still here, I am still fighting, and I will not go quietly. As we close out this epic countdown of the 19 most brutal fighting moments between savage predators, take a second to appreciate how lucky we are to witness these battles from the safety of our screens. We get to feel the adrenaline without feeling the claws. Now tell me honestly in the comments after watching all 19 fights and hearing the real reasons behind them, has your respect for these savage predators gone up? Which moment changed the way you see the wild forever? Was it the tiger-lion showdown, the polar bear's bloody ice battle, or one of the underwater nightmares? Drop your thoughts below. I read every single comment. If these stories made your heart race and your mind race even faster, do me a huge favor and smash that like button as hard as a grizzly bear slams a wolf. It helps the channel grow so we can keep bringing you more jaw-dropping wildlife content. Make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell is on, because next time we're diving even deeper, maybe into the most intelligent hunters, the stealthiest killers, or the deadliest comebacks ever caught on camera. Thank you for watching all the way to Section 9. You're not just a viewer. Anyone else, you're part of the wild pack that appreciates nature's raw power. Stay curious, stay respectful, and never forget, out there in the wild, the fight never ends. This is the final roar. See you in the next video. We've reached the end of this wild journey through the 19 most brutal fighting moments between savage predators. From the very first bone-crushing lion versus hyena clash on the African savanna, to the heart-stopping polar bear and walrus battle on blood-stained ice, we've seen claws flash, jaws snap, and entire ecosystems shake with raw power. But before we sign off, let's zoom out and ask the biggest question of all. What do these 19 savage fights really mean for us, the humans watching from behind our screens? First, they remind us how small and fragile we actually are. We build cities, drive cars, and scroll on phones, but out there in the wild, a single swipe from a grizzly or one death roll from a crocodile can end life in seconds. These predators don't need weapons or technology. They were born with everything they need to survive. Their bodies are living weapons perfected over millions of years. Watching them fight makes us feel the rush of pure instinct that we humans buried long ago under layers of civilization. Second, these battles teach us real respect for nature. It's easy to romanticize lions as kings or tigers as striped assassins in movies, but the truth is far more intense. Every roar, every scar, every drop of blood we saw in these 19 moments comes from the daily struggle to stay alive. These animals aren't villains or heroes, they're survivors playing by rules we can barely imagine. When we destroy their habitats or hunt them for sport, we're not just removing a species, we're breaking ancient chains of life that took eternity to build. Third, and maybe most importantly, these fights show us the power of resilience. We saw cheetahs with broken legs still finding ways to eat. We saw one-eyed leopards still ruling their kingdoms. We saw lionesses return from near-death stompings to lead their pride again. If animals that live without doctors, medicine, or safety nets can keep fighting after losing an eye, a leg, a heart, or a limb, they can keep fighting after losing an eye, a leg, or half their blood, then maybe we humans can face our own daily battles with a little more courage. These 19 brutal moments also carry a warning. As the planet warms and wild spaces shrink, these savage encounters are happening more often and more violently. Predators are being pushed into tighter corners, forced to fight neighbors they would normally avoid. The battles we witnessed in this video may soon become even more common and more desperate. Protecting wildlife isn't just about saving cute animals. It's about keeping the wild balance that prevents total chaos. Yet even with all the blood and brutality, there's something deeply inspiring here. Life on Earth refuses to quit. No matter how harsh the fight, something always rises to meet the challenge. That same unstoppable drive makes a tiger charge a lion pride, or a hippo mother battle a crocodile is the same force that has kept life thriving for billions of years. So as we finish this countdown of the 19 most savage predator fights ever captured, carry this with you. The wild is not a peaceful garden. It is a battlefield where only the toughest, smartest, and most determined endure. And in watching these battles, we get to touch something ancient and real inside ourselves, that primal spark that says, I will not go down without a fight. Now it's your turn to keep the conversation alive. In the comments, tell me, which of the 19 moments was the most brutal for you? Which survivor story inspired you the most? Has watching these fights changed how you see nature? Be honest, I read every comment and love hearing your thoughts. If your adrenaline is still pumping and you want more epic wildlife stories, smash that like button like a lion slamming a hyena. It helps this channel grow so we can keep delivering the most intense, jaw-dropping content on the internet. Subscribe right now and hit the notification bell so you never miss the next video, whether it's deadlier fights, unbelievable comebacks, or the smartest hunters on Earth. Thank you for spending this time with me in the heart of the wild. You're not just watching videos, you're becoming part of a community that appreciates nature's raw, untamed power. Stay savage, stay curious, respect the wild, because the wild never forgets. This was the 19 most brutal fighting moments between savage predators. Until the next roar, goodbye for now.